Hi, I'm Verna.
I'm Josh.
I'm Reagan.
I'm Vicky.
I'm Jen.
And I'm Nick.
Thousands of individuals who have the opportunity to work refuse to. Yet they're still receiving checks from the government that are taken from the taxes that are taken from your paychecks. Yet many of these individuals who are refusing to work can't even pass a drug test. But you're required to pass a drug test in order to go to work. So while they're sitting on their couch getting high, you're working 40 plus hours a week to provide the funds for their drug addiction. Let that soak in for just a second. Government spending is at an all-time high. And as a hard-working American, I am appalled at the fact that I work so hard for taxes to be taken out of my paycheck and handed to somebody who simply doesn't want to work. Now, I'm not implying that every individual who is on welfare refuses to work, nor am I implying that they are all on drugs. The point I'm making is many unemployment welfare recipients are refusing to work. Now, there are unemployment welfare recipients who want to work, but simply do not have the ability to find a job. However, they're still not working. So why don't we give these individuals jobs to work for the money that they are receiving through the government? There has been data by the Congressional Budget Office stating in 2012 alone, $93 billion have been spent on unemployment welfare. Also, according to reports from the Wall Street Journal, 49% of the American population live in a household of which at least one member is on government assistance. And the non-workers receive 10% of all government welfare. There's really not much incentive to go to work whenever you can stay at home and not work, because statistics prove that the non-working welfare recipient typically earns more money than the middle-class, hard-working American. And the number of dependents on government assistance has increased dramatically over the years. Now, Anne Isabella Ritchie could not have said it better when she gave the quote, "You can teach a man to fish and feed him for a lifetime, or you can give a man a fish and only feed him for a day." The fact that she was implying is that individuals who are given handouts from the government don't benefit near as greatly as the individuals who work for what they have. With the United States in debt of over $16 trillion, the way that the government assistance funding, the way that they operate, desperately needs to change. So what's the solution? Let's work for our money. Workfare for welfare. Let's give the individuals who are receiving government assistance the opportunity to work. They can do community jobs where they're providing road care and maintenance, or those who physically cannot get out and work under those conditions can sit behind a desk and answer phone calls or upload information on the internet. We can also provide childcare for parents who are unable to put their children through daycare. The parent can drop the child off in daycare at little to no cost to them while they're performing their daily job duties. And mandatory drug testing is a must. Welfare recipients should be required to pass a drug test prior to becoming eligible for welfare, as well as prior to receiving any welfare check. Now, for those individuals who are unable to pass a drug test, they should be given the opportunity to admit into a drug rehab facility to treat their disease. Now, many individuals who have been out of work for a long period of time, or who have never been trained in the workforce, lack the competence and the skills that are necessary to excel in the day-to-day job. So we can have workshops that teach these individuals the tools and the skills that they need to be successful. With that being said, any individual who refuses to work or refuses treatment for their addiction will not receive a paycheck. Okay, I know what you're thinking. We have officially turned the unemployed welfare recipient into the employed welfare recipient. And now we're freely funding drug and alcohol rehab. How exactly is that supposed to cut back on government spending? Well, our tax money won't just be handed out any longer. It'll be put to good use and benefit the economy. And the community-based programs that have not been completed due to lack of employees will finally be completed. Welfare recipients will now have the confidence and the self-esteem from the tools that they've learned through these workshops. And they will be able to give those tools to people around them and no longer feel like a burden to society. And drug and alcohol abusers will also have the tools to be successful, to overcome their obstacles and work for their paychecks. Government assistance will be cut down drastically simply by not funding those who refuse to work or refuse their treatment. Now, I'm not saying that we should just do away with welfare, nor am I saying that our taxes should not be used for government assistance. I'm asking for welfare reform. It'll benefit the community. The needs that have not been met due to uncompleted projects will finally be met. The opportunity for drug abusers to participate in drug rehab and receive their treatment will be available. I'm asking you, as the working American, quit giving these men and women fish. Let's start by making a difference in America, by teaching these men and women how to fish, thus becoming successful in providing for themselves, as every American should have the opportunity to do.